Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Rahawah Kakwadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well. And Shalom to the whole elect, so continually plowing in his work. It's giving our diligence to make your call election sure and our faith true sincerity. Shalom. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled "Lack Nothing in the Armor." All right, because not only as we go about, our daily lives in this truth, having to face different types of elements, demons messing with us, especially the times that we're coming into, which is going to be the times of trouble, or Jacob's trouble, should I say. Now we're in the time to where the armor should not be lacking. All right, because this is a critical moment right now. All right, we're in the midst of crunch. Should I say, for lack of a better term, we're in the midst of crunch time. All right, we're in a time of great diligence, because the prophecies, man, they creeping up closer and closer, man. All right, so now we're in the time to gather up all the pieces of the armor that we need. All right, and it's not physical, man. Not like these, not like the other camps, and specifically, ISUPK, which the whole facade that they put on is that, is militarized. All right, which we already know, that's already been set up in the first place to basically target the Hebrew Israelites. All right, because they use ISUPK, and it's a great chance that they'll use the group ISUPK to make an excuse like, well, the Hebrew Israelites, they're militarized, but we're spiritual men, man. All right, we know that everything around us is controlled through the Spirit. All right, well, like I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, we have demons that are running rampant here on the soils of America. So therefore, we should not be lacking in the armor whatsoever, man. All right, because if you have a piece of the armor that's missing, Satan can target that, man. All right, he can target that armor that you're lacking, and he can take you down that way. All right. So if you're lacking in this truth, man, you are not going to be able to last, man. All right. That's why the having the whole armor is it's of great importance in this thing of ours, man, in this truth. Because if you're going out to war, right, it doesn't make sense to just take a sword, right, and not have any type of armor on you, man. All right, or to have you'll have the breastplate, you'll probably have you'll have the I forgot what they call it back in the ancient world. It's not leather greaves, but it's something else. The armor that covers the legs. But if you don't have the shield, right, then what's the point? All right, because if the arrows were shot, if you just have armor with no shield, then those arrows can pierce through that armor. All right, and it can take you out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read Ephesians the 6th chapter and 11th verse. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." All right, we know who the devil is, man. That's Esau, the so-called white man. All right, because Esau was starting with the elites, the banking families. They're trying tooth and nail to take us out, man, whichever way they can. And really, they've been having their meetings, or closed door meetings, that's closed to the public to figure out how to get us off the streets and how to completely get rid of us, man. All right. Verse 12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness in this world. And that's talking about Esau, man. Esau is the ruler of darkness right now, man. All right. He's known as the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right. The devil. Okay. So we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, man. If we were to wrestle against flesh and blood, man, we'd be done for it, man. All right. So like I said before, this thing of ours is spiritual. There's nothing carnal about it, man. All right. Reading on, it says, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right. That's why we recognize the vibration that's being pushed out in America, on here on the soils of America, which is Babylon the Great in the scriptures. We recognize the vibrations that's pushed out is a wickedness, man. All right. And the only way to combat that vibration is the armor. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we have been given the armor to be able to withstand all of the wickedness that goes on here in America, and to be able to withstand the evil day that's coming, man. I'm gonna read on. So it's at verse 13. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. All right, what's the evil day, man? That time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, man. All right, when Esau is about to come down on our people, all right, and try to target us, try to cart us off in the concentration camps, and try to chip us. All right, so we need the whole armor so we can withstand in the evil day when it comes, man. All right. And it says that you may be able to withstand the evil day, right? And having done all to stand. All right. See, that's why we push out the importance of giving diligence, man. All right. Because by way of giving diligence, we're doing all to stand. In other words, man, this is a fight to the death, man. All right. And like I said before, man, it's not physical. It's not carnal. All right. This is spiritual. All right. Because the spirit has more power over the flesh. All right. Verse 14, it says, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. All right. And not just 95% truth, or 80% truth, 85% truth. This is 100% truth, man. Because, it's common knowledge that truth is 100% truth, man. All right, that's common sense. All right, if it's not 100% truth, then it's a lie, man. All right, and also too, in order to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. Okay, so if you don't have the truth, which is this knowledge and this wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, if you don't have 100% of it, all right, then you don't have the loins girded, man. Okay, and it says also too, it says having on the breastplate of righteousness. All right, that's pertaining unto the scriptures. Verse 15 saying your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of righteousness. All right. Now, there's a precept that I want to get that goes with that, right? Now, so I'm going to start at Isaiah, the 52nd chapter and the 7th verse. It says, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth the good tidings, all right, which is what? The gospel. All right. And mind you, the gospel is not for everybody, man. All right. The gospel, and we always push this out at the camp, us and the brothers, that the good news only pertains to somebody that's having a bad day. All right, who's ever having bad times, you know, we bring them good news. All right, but if somebody's already having a good time, then what's the point of them bringing them good news, man? All right, so the gospel is only to them that are of a heavy heart, for lack of a better term, the ones who are sighing and crying for all the abominations that's done here in Babylon. All right, it's reading us, says that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, which is what? Righteousness. All right, that publisheth salvation. All right, salvation of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Okay, that saith unto Zion, thy power reigneth. Okay. Reading on, verse 8 is going to go further into it about the feet, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach good tidings, right? Now, as at verse 8, it says, thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. All right, now the watchmen are the prophets that are out in the highways and byways, man, that's continually doing his work, giving all diligence. All right. With the voice together shall they sing, for they shall see eye to eye, when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall bring again Zion. All right, and you see that, man. All right, the brothers are seeing eye to eye. All right, and we're lifting up the voice together to sing, which this is the new song, which is spoken about in the book of Revelations, man. And mind you, also it said no man could learn that song but the 144,000. So the ones who are of this fold right now are of the hopeful elect. All right, but there's a stipulation to that. You have to endure until the very end, until our Lord returns. All right. So you got the crown right now, but you have to be mindful of the work. All right, because you can end up having your crown taken. All right, we actually seen that happen. All right, and there's other camps that's seen that happen as well, man. So I'm gonna go back to Ephesians the sixth chapter, Salakia. Verse 16, it says, and above all right, which I mentioned earlier about having the whole armor, right, and lacking the shield, you know, which that's why the scriptures say, and above all these things that you have, right, the breastplate, the girded loins, the feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. So above all those things, right, taking the shield of faith. All right, and this is what it starts with. It starts with faith, man. So if you really don't believe, then you know you're gonna end up falling out, man, one way or another. You know, you're gonna be overtaken by the ways of this world, whichever way it is, man. All right, or you might be forcibly booted out. So it's above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. All right, and that's twofold, man. All right, because that's talking about the wiles and the tricks of the wicked. All right, the things that Esau set up to take us out of the truth. And also too, ultimately it's talking about the thermonuclear missiles. All right, because through faith we're going to continually do the work, like pursuing unto the book of James. All right, so we're going to continually do the work, and through faith it's going to, or should I say, faith is going to carry us all the way to the end, man. All right, so concerning faith, man, it should be no excuse to not have it at all, man. You know, unless you're of the 2/3 number, all right, and you don't have faith, then you're gonna fall, man. Okay. So once again, I'm gonna read again. It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. All right, verse 17 said, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is, hold on, let me read it slow. It says, and take the helmet of salvation, right, and the sword of the Spirit. Now, the sword of the Spirit, and it's going to tell you exactly what the sword of the Spirit is, man. And I'm reading out of it right now. And it says, which is the word of the Most High. All right, so this word is known as a double-edged sword, man. Okay. And reading on, it says, verse 18 says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. All right, so that's why it's very important to pray, man. All right, you know, the apostle elders have stressed about that, man. All right, about praying. So that's it on that. Now I want to go from there. I want to jump to Jeremiah. It's like it. Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. All right, so that's why this word has been pushed out throughout the four corners of the earth to reach the members of the Hophi elect that's spread out in the other parts of the world. All right, because you got camps that set up not only here in America but also in England, or London, should I say. Got a camp out in Hawaii. That's like it. You got to camp out in other parts of the world, man. You got to camp out in Jamaica. All right, so we're spread out through all over the world, man. So that's why this verse is written here, which says, "And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase." All right, and you're seeing that. Verse 4 says, "I will set shepherds over them, which shall feed them." All right, and you're seeing the shepherds that's being set up right now, starting with the apostle elders of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the teachers. Okay, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. All right, that's why we stand out there in great boldness against the ones that come up against us, man. All right, our oppressors, should I say? It says nor be dismayed. All right, it says, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, and that's the point in this verse, man. It said they shall not be lacking. All right, so that also goes with the armor. All right, so you will not be lacking in any of the armor, man. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, that's why Great Millstone, the camp of Great Millstone, is set up so that we can provide you with the armor. All right, we're spiritual blacksmith, man. All right, you know, taking the armor and dealing it out to the rest of the brothers. All right, so they won't be lacking. All right. And we provide you with the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, so you'll be able to withstand in that day, withstand the evil day that's coming, man. All right, and the only camp that's doing that is Great Millstone, man. All right, I mean, that's just from observation, because the other camps are not getting you ready for the time that we're coming into. All right, Great Millstone, from like I said before, like from observation, Great Millstone is the only camp that is preparing our people for what's coming, man. All right. Therefore, that's why I said before, we're the spiritual blacksmith. We're dealing out the armor that you need in order to withstand in that day. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. I gotta throw that out there. All right, because this council is not set up by men, man. This council was set up by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So with that pretty much wraps up the video. I know that probably went on a little longer than I wanted it to, but you know, that's through the spirit. But Lord's will, all you members of the Hope Elect were edified by this video. And until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Rahawah Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that still continually rule very well. And shalom to the Hope Elect. Let's continually plow in this work. Let's give our diligence to make it call election sure in all faithful sincerity. And with that,